And we should be live. Let me just double check on the stream. So this video is, or this live stream is about regaining featured snippets. I know that there are a lot of people that have potentially had fluctuations from the HCU that happened obviously in September. They might have also had some fluctuations from the recent March algorithm update, but it's a very common question that I get asked, and it's also something that I do a lot on in my consultancy calls. So potentially you might have had the featured snippet prior to the algorithm update, and Google has essentially checked your page and thought that there is a better page with a lot better intent for the keyword that you're trying to rank for, and they have essentially outranked you. So this is a keyword here, how to stop nail biting. So as we can see here, we have got aad.org that is ranking in the featured snippet. And then basically if we actually check out the page, the content is pretty decent. They have basically a 6-step process as to why you might be biting your nails and how to stop biting them. But if we actually look at the featured snippet queue, so for anybody that doesn't know what the featured snippet queue is, basically what you do is you do minus and then the website name, so aad.org, and that will give you the second position in the featured snippet queue. And you can keep doing this for as many websites as long as there are optimized pages for the featured snippet. So then you've got web MD, there we go. Then you've got good housekeeping. So currently in the featured snippet queue, we have got aad.org, then we have webmd.com, and then we have good housekeeping. So if we actually take a look as to why good housekeeping isn't ranking for that query, first of all, they don't have like bullet pointed lists. So that's a massive thing to take a look at. Like when you are trying to regain a featured snippet, you need to essentially match the intent. So what you need to bear in mind as well is Google is essentially testing all of these pages. So they would have tested WebMD, or they would have tested aad.org, and basically the reason why they're getting the featured snippet is, first of all, the content is very much on point. They don't have a load of useless content. So like as we can see here, good housekeeping, you're scrolling halfway down the page to get your answer for how to stop biting your nails. So equally, or rightly so, they don't actually have the featured snippet for that. One thing that I would say about WebMD that they could definitely do to improve their position is if we actually take a look here. So the subheading is tips. So one thing that I will say is that the content is further down the page. So from a gaining the content or checking out the website and then trying to essentially figure out what your answer is, you obviously need to scroll past a load of ads. So that's one thing to bear in mind. And then another thing as well is the actual website or the content structure isn't the best on WebMD here. So they've got a P tag and then they've got the actual bullet pointed list. Now, if we actually take a look at these guys, if we take a look, they have got a bullet pointed list, very easy to understand. And again, you don't need to do as much scrolling as you need to do on WebMD. So again, you are getting the answer very, very quickly from aad.org. Now, one thing that you guys can do, and I recommend doing this, is obviously checking the intent, making certain that the page is matching the intent of what you are trying to rank for if you have lost any positions. The next thing would be to obviously do the featured snippet queue, see which type of content Google is preferring, if it is preferring paragraphs, if it's preferring HTML tables, if it is preferring numbered or bullet pointed lists. You essentially want to be giving the user the best experience that you possibly can. Now, that being said, if a website had been hit, what I would be looking to do, this is just marketwatch.com, check them out. They actually have a very good silo /guides. They are crushing it on that silo at the minute. But what I would be looking to do is go into Ahrefs and then click on this section here. Click on where target doesn't rank and then click on featured snippets. Now, one thing that you would want to probably do is filter from, let's say, positions 2 to position 9, let's say. And then I've just done the keyword contains how, because it's going to bring back a load of how related articles. And then what we can then take a look at is all of the keywords that they that there is a featured snippet for, but they don't actually rank for the featured snippet. So I have pulled up a page here. How much is full coverage insurance? And as you can see here, bankrate.com is ranking #1 for it. But if we actually take a look at the page, so key insights from Bankrate's 2024 car insurance cost analysis. Full coverage car insurance costs an average of $2,545 per year, while minimum coverage is $741 per year on a monthly basis. Full coverage average is $212 with a minimum of $62 per month. Very easily, you got the answer. Now, if we take a look at the featured snippet queue, have I misspelled that? Insurance.com is #2. NerdWallet still isn't there. Let's see if we can take a look. Insurance.com. So NerdWallet is position 3. Now, if we take a look here, nerdy takeaways. The national average annual car insurance is $1,982 for full coverage and $549 for minimum coverage. One thing that they should potentially look to add into this section of content is the actual monthly. Because again, both of these guys actually have it. So 1,895 per year or 158 per year. Per month. One thing you obviously need to bear in mind is not everybody is wealthy enough to just pay off all the insurance in just a lump sum. Like in the UK, you sometimes get a little bit of a discount. So if your car insurance is, let's say, 5,000 in the UK, if you were to pay it in a lump sum, just a one-off, you might be able to get it for like £4,200. So it's always important trying to essentially match the query of what somebody is searching for, and also understanding the user journey of that person. Like I've just given an example, not everybody would be wealthy enough to essentially pay off the car insurance or the home insurance all in one go. So it's always better to essentially serve that information in the featured snippet as much as you can. So that has been the video for today. It is a very quick video on featured snippets. I have been getting asked this quite a lot, both on the consultancy side of stuff and also on Twitter and stuff like that. But again, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. And if you guys do want a free 15-minute strategy call for your website, make sure to check out casualdash.com. Thanks.